I'm curious selfishly. I love like success stories. I'm a very story driven person. So, do you have any favorite success stories about attorneys who have attended your university?
Well, there's two in particular. So one is my friends Ray and Mohammed, and they tried this case that Mohammed did my boot camp, and then I did a lot of work with them on the case, like focus groups and preparation and some witness prep, but really focus groups on their voir dire and opening, just helping them practice and get the connection going. And they had this electrocution case that they've worked so hard on for like 5 years, had over $1 million of their own money into it. I mean, crazy amount in cost, because it was these things cost a lot of money to do. And they went to I think they were like in San Jose, somewhere around there, San Jose, and they got a $51 million verdict. But and it was the biggest verdict in that county by $30 million ever. But they believed in themselves, and initially they had asked another lawyer to come help them and be the lead attorney, and then they decided, after that person was there for a few days doing voir dire, they figured, we could do this ourselves. And so they parted ways because there was a mistrial, and they got to redo the case, and they did it themselves. And they were in trial for a month, and they worked their asses off, and they got a great result for their client. And they're still fighting the case, of course, because the defense doesn't just pay, but still, when you break through and you have that success, it helps redefine your career too. So that's one. And then the other one is my co-instructor. His name's Giorgio. He had his first trial, and because people are like, well, how can you have somebody teach trial skills if they don't have any trial experience? I'm like, because we're not teaching trial skills. We're teaching human skills, connection skills. And whether it's in trial, sure, in trial you got to connect, but you got to connect with people every day, because the truth is, we all want everybody in our lives to do what we tell them to do when we tell them to do it. Whether it's your coworkers, your children, your parents, your judges, juries. We want them to do what we tell them to do when we tell them what to do it, right? But that all happens if they're connected with us. So connection is all of life. But Giorgio tried this case with his mom, and it was an arc flash, like an electrical burn case. And I think the top offer on that case was like $500,000. They had to do the trial remotely, and his mom had had a trial in about 13 years. And so his mom did my boot camp a couple of times. And of course, she was in my class the whole time, because she's not going to be in class with her son. And they went to trial last year via Zoom, and they got a verdict for, and the guy only missed like 3 months of work, and there was no medical bills. Like they waived like $500,000 in medical bills, which is pretty gutsy right there for, a newer lawyer. And they got a $20.5 million verdict for their client. And then they got another $5 million for the loss of consortium. And that was all via Zoom. And Zoom's a lot harder to connect. Yesterday, my buddy, who's my protege, in my own way, like his name's Arya Tomasebi, him and his co-counsel, Alex Guerrero, who work at a good friend of mine's office, where my nephew works too, who just took the bar, but they just finished a month-long trial and got like a $2.2 million verdict on like a $500,000 offer, which was, really exciting, because because my friend Arya really wants to be a great trial lawyer, and he's getting his reps. It's like his 5th trial. And so, just they're getting better and better. And it's just so exciting to see, because I think people will do the work. I think most people will do the work. Most lawyers will do the work if they knew what work to do, if they knew what the work was. Like, they're working really hard, but a lot of them are working on the wrong things. There's some programs that are weeks and weeks long where they don't really work on a lot of trial skills. They work on a lot of people skills. And so you can become a better person. You do a lot of therapy and a lot of, psychodrama, but you're not working on the eye contact, the facial expression, the hand movement, the voice control. Those people say, oh, that's all being manipulative. You just got to be your authentic self. And I'm like, I don't know what you call it, but these are skills. And skills need training, and they need repetition. And it's whatever you do isn't just fine. Okay. Most people's presentations suck. All right. They just do. They're terrible at presenting. And once they get videotaped and it's pointed out, they would agree they're terrible at presenting. And the great part is they don't want to be, and everybody can change and get way better, which is exciting, because when you get up there and you feel connected, as opposed to like you're just like on stage and you're just like a show, but instead of like when you're connected, it's like you're the leader of the group. These people are all with you, and it's a totally different feeling.